Wealth is never built overnight, it grows quietly, over years of patience. Here's a story that proves it. In a bustling mountain village, every weaver competed to sell the most fabric. They rushed to finish blankets in a single day, selling them cheap to travelers who never returned. The sound of clacking looms filled the air from dawn until dusk. Everyone was obsessed with volume, believing that more blankets meant more success, even if the quality was poor. In the furthest corner of the market sat an old man named Elian. He didn't weave blankets for the market. Instead, he spent his days meticulously preparing silk threads by hand. He studied the texture of each fiber. Elian believed that a masterpiece was not created at the loom, but in the patience applied before the first thread was even cast. For months, Elian's loom remained empty. Neighbors mocked him as they passed. "Why keep such fine silk hidden?" they laughed. "You will starve while we grow rich on our quick sales." Elian remained unfazed. He knew that true quality was not about how fast one could finish, but how long the work would last once it was finally complete. One autumn morning, Elian finally sat at his loom. He began a pattern no one in the village had ever seen, a design that required thousands of precise, intentional knots. Weeks became months. The village market changed. The fast-made blankets of the others frayed and tore, losing their value as quickly as they were originally made. Elian's focus was absolute. He didn't just weave, he poured his life into the tension of every thread. He knew that one skipped knot would ruin the future integrity of the entire cloth. Winter winds howled through the valley, yet Elian continued his labor. While others complained of the cold and poor sales, he found warmth in his progress and the beauty of his craft. Even those who once mocked him grew silent. They began to wonder why an old man would spend an entire year on a single piece of fabric, and if there was a secret to his stillness. The work was growing into something extraordinary. The colors deepened, and the structure of the weave grew stronger with every passing week of patient, deliberate effort. In the quiet of his stall, Elian found a rhythm that was silent and steady, a stark contrast to the loud, clattering confusion of the surrounding market. Finally, the day arrived. The village gathered around his stall, holding their breath. Elian cut the final thread with a pair of silver shears, completing a year of work. Elian slowly unfolded the tapestry. It wasn't just a blanket, it was a masterpiece that shimmered like the mountain stream, reflecting every color of the sun in ways they had never seen. A royal merchant, traveling through, saw the piece and stopped. He didn't ask the price, he simply offered a fortune in gold to possess such craftsmanship. The other weavers looked at their own ragged, worn blankets, now worth nothing, and finally understood the profound difference between their haste and Elian's patient dedication. Elian's masterpiece would last for generations, a treasure to be passed down. He had built a legacy in a single frame, where others had only built inventory for a passing day. Elian taught the village that greatness isn't found in the speed of your hands, but in the discipline of your patience and the vision of your heart. In our own lives, our most significant achievements require a quiet season. We must be willing to weave when no one is watching, focusing on every individual knot. We are often tempted to rush for quick results, but those foundations are fragile. Real success is built through the steady, invisible work that others cannot yet see. When you choose patience, you aren't just waiting. You are creating something that will outlast the moment, something that has true, lasting worth. Greatness is measured by what you built beneath the surface before the world noticed. Have the patience to keep weaving your dream. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to Rajkor Wealth for more timeless stories that teach powerful money lessons.